Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Before we dive into today's video, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps support the channel. Now, let's get into the drama that's been unfolding in WWE, particularly surrounding Gunther and Pat McAfee, with whispers of a major return that could shake things up on Monday Night Raw. The tension between Gunther and McAfee has been simmering, and it's showing no signs of cooling down after the events of WWE Backlash. Let's break it all down and explore where this storyline might be headed. At WrestleMania 41, Gunther, the Austrian powerhouse known as the Ring General, suffered a shocking loss when he submitted to Jey Uso, relinquishing the World Heavyweight Championship. This defeat was a significant blow to Gunther, who had been a dominant force in WWE. Since that moment, Pat McAfee, the outspoken commentator and occasional in-ring competitor, has been relentless in his verbal jabs at Gunther. McAfee has made it a point to emphasize that he didn't tap out during their recent encounters, particularly at Backlash and St. Louis. This ongoing provocation seems to be building towards something bigger, and tonight's Fallout edition of Raw after Backlash could be a pivotal moment in this saga. Rumors are swirling that Gunther might take his frustrations to another level on Raw. There's speculation that he could once again target McAfee and his broadcast partner, Michael Cole, in a violent outburst. However, this time, Triple H, WWE's chief content officer and a legendary figure in the ring, will reportedly be present to intervene. His role won't just be to protect the broadcast team but to orchestrate a moment that could change the trajectory of Monday Night Raw. According to sources, Triple H is set to welcome back a wrestling icon, none other than Goldberg. This would mark Goldberg's first appearance on the Red brand in 3 years, his last being on the October 4, 2021, episode of Raw, where he challenged Bobby Lashley for a no-holds-barred match at that year's Crown Jewel. The seeds for this potential clash were planted last year at Bad Blood, when Gunther, then the Intercontinental Champion, insulted Goldberg, who was in attendance with his family in Atlanta. The disrespect didn't sit well with the WCW legend. And now, with Gunther's recent loss of the World Heavyweight Championship and his ongoing feud with McAfee, the timing seems perfect for Goldberg to return and settle the score. There's also a personal connection to consider. McAfee and Goldberg share a history as charismatic, larger-than-life figures who've crossed paths in the sports entertainment world. This could tie their stories together, with McAfee's issues with Gunther serving as the catalyst for Goldberg's comeback. WWE has officially announced its next premium live event in Saudi Arabia for June 28, giving the company roughly 6 weeks to build this feud. Many believe this could be Goldberg's final WWE match, making it a high-stakes moment for both men. Since losing the World Heavyweight Championship to Jey Uso at WrestleMania, Gunther has been left without a clear direction. As Uso has moved on to other storylines, this has allowed Gunther to focus his aggression on McAfee, but the introduction of Goldberg could shift the narrative dramatically. A match between Gunther, the longest-reigning Intercontinental Champion in WWE history, and Goldberg, a Hall of Famer known for his explosive power, would be a marquee attraction at the Night of Champions event in June. The WWE Universe is already buzzing with excitement, fueled by a cryptic message posted on WWE's official social media. "The past isn't done with you yet. See you Monday." This teaser has sparked intense speculation about who might be returning to confront Gunther, and while Goldberg is a strong candidate, another name has emerged as a potential game-changer. That name is Ilia Dragunov, a former rival of Gunther from their days in NXT UK. When Gunther was still known as Walter, he and Dragunov engaged in one of the most brutal and critically acclaimed rivalries in modern wrestling history. Their match at NXT TakeOver 36 is still regarded as a masterpiece, with Dragunov defeating Walter to end his historic NXT UK Championship reign. Dragunov hasn't been seen on WWE television in nearly 3 years, and his absence has been shrouded in mystery. However, insider reports suggest that Triple H, who was instrumental in building NXT UK and fostering the Walter-Dragunov rivalry, could be planning to bring Dragunov back to Raw to challenge Gunther once again. The timing feels right for such a return. Gunther has been on a warpath since losing the World Heavyweight Championship, attacking rising superstars and proclaiming himself the most dominant force in WWE. His promos have been laced with arrogance, dismissing his past and insisting that he's evolved beyond the man he was as Walter. But Triple H, who knows Gunther's history better than most, might see this as the perfect moment to reintroduce Dragunov, the one man who has proven he can defeat Gunther at his peak. The cryptic social media message could be hinting at Dragunov's return, with the line "the past isn't done with you yet" serving as a direct jab at Gunther's attempts to distance himself from his Walter persona. Picture the scene on Raw. the arena goes dark, and the crowd erupts as Triple H's music hits. He strides to the ring, not as the corporate executive but as the game, with a mischievous glint in his eye, microphone in hand. He delivers a promo that cuts through Gunther's bravado, reminding the WWE Universe of the wars Gunther fought as Walter and the opponents he left in his wake. Then, with a sly smile, Triple H says, "You may have forgotten what pain feels like, Gunther, but someone remembers, and he's coming for you." The lights cut out, and a red spotlight hits the stage. Dragunov's music blares through the arena, and the crowd loses it as Ilia Dragunov, the Mad Dragon, steps out. His eyes are locked on the ring, radiating intensity and rage. Backstage, Gunther watches, his usual stoic demeanor cracking as the ghost of his past materializes. What could follow in the weeks ahead might be one of the most compelling storylines in recent Raw history. Dragunov isn't just another challenger, he's Gunther's ultimate foil. Where Gunther is calculated and methodical, Dragunov is passion and chaos. Their rivalry in NXT UK was defined by physicality and emotion, and their contrast would make for a gripping narrative on the main roster. Triple H, as the mastermind behind their original feud, would play a central role in building the story, framing it as a reckoning for Gunther. He could set the stakes high. If Dragunov defeats Gunther in a non-title match, he earns a future shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. If he loses, he's banished from Raw for good. This ultimatum would add incredible drama to their encounters. In the lead-up to their potential match, WWE could produce video packages that revisit their NXT UK history, highlighting the brutality of their TakeOver 36 clash, the blood, the pain, and the unrelenting fury. Dragunov's promos would be raw and emotional, detailing how his rivalry with Gunther broke him but also forged him into the competitor he is today. Gunther, in contrast, would remain cold and dismissive, insisting that Walter is dead and that Dragunov is a relic of a bygone era. Yet, his actions would betray his unease. Imperium, Gunther's faction, would become more aggressive, with Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci tasked with shielding their leader from Dragunov's psychological warfare. But cracks would begin to show, Gunther flinching at Dragunov's stare, avoiding direct confrontations, and refusing a face-to-face contract signing. Triple H would remain a key figure in the storyline, booking intense segments like a sit-down interview where the tension between Gunther and Dragunov is palpable. In one memorable moment, Triple H sits between them, with Gunther refusing to meet Dragunov's gaze while Dragunov stares daggers through him. Triple H's words would resonate, "You two made history once, now it's time to end it." The match could be set for a premium live event like Clash at the Castle in the UK, a fitting stage for their storied rivalry. By the time the bell rings, the WWE Universe would be fully invested. Dragunov would enter with fire in his eyes, while Gunther, though still dangerous, would show subtle signs of doubt. The match would be a brutal masterpiece, with every strike carrying the weight of their history. After a grueling battle, Dragunov could hit his signature Torpedo Moscow, pinning Gunther for the victory as Triple H watches from ringside. The fallout would be monumental. Dragunov, now a top contender, would have his path cleared for a championship opportunity, while Gunther would be forced to confront the limits of his dominance. Triple H's involvement would signal a new era for Raw, one defined by intense rivalries and the return of unfinished business. Whether it's Goldberg stepping up to challenge Gunther or Dragunov reigniting their legendary feud, Monday Night Raw is poised for a seismic shift. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to stay updated on all the latest WWE developments.